Welcome back to the Voiceover Gurus podcast. We are just trying a little weird thing. I mean, we always see each other on Zoom during the workouts, but we're actually looking at each other while we're recording this podcast. A little creepy, but it's cool.
Oh, thanks a lot, Linda.
But maybe we'll have
I always wear this when we record. You just didn't know it. That's all.
So, hello, everyone.
Only
Hello,
macho
JJ.
men look good in pink. Hi, I'm JJ Wilson, and
Confident men look good in pink.
that's right.
Right.
Biatch. What?
What? We do have a workout tonight, so I'm going to see you twice in one day. This is
Oh, my gosh.
exciting
I'll have
and
to change
fun.
my shirt so you don't think I wear the same one all the time. Okay.
So how's your week been going? I mean, for us right now, because you're going to
It's
listen
very
to this
quiet.
later
People
on.
are voting
Yes. This
and
is
watching them count the numbers. Well, there's one.
Yes.
There's another vote.
It's
By
the
I would
Wednesday
think
after.
June will know.
It's the Wednesday after, so it's a bit quiet on all fronts. But
Yes.
yeah.
I'm
So-
busy making a beautiful wine bottle holder.
Oh, how nice.
It's going to hold 6 bottles of wine. It's going to be gorgeous.
Wow. Can I put in a
Yeah.
request for my Christmas present?
Certainly. Absolutely.
I'll think about it. I'll look at your catalog.
See how the
of
first
stuff.
one goes. Yeah. It may only hold shot glasses if I mess it up. But yes, just been doing that, and Janine's working away, and just
Everybody's doing their
dealing
thing.
with something that happens during our voiceover careers, and there is only one way to handle it.
What's that?
A couple of 3 times this month, I've gone through the motions of, hi, I'm calling from this person recommended me and recommended you. I've got a client, we're doing a big thing, and I want to present your demo. And I said, great. I said, I'd also, which is what I always do, it's a good tip for everybody, is say that you'd not mind at all to reading part of the copy that they're going to record.
Yeah, that's nice.
Better to hear my voice on the actual copy that they're going to record. But anyway, they liked my demo, and then they booked a phone meeting with the director and the client, and I believe the guy from UPS, and I don't know who all was on the phone. And, I was reading along and giving them, different things, and he said, all right, do this with the beginning, and do this and this and this and this. And I got about halfway through, and they said, okay, this sounded good. Go for it. Send me what you got. Send me a couple takes. So I did that. And a couple of hours later, they said, I want to redo the front. Let's pull it back a little bit. A couple of takes of that. Send it off. Great. Send them a bill. This morning, I got an email from the client, from the agency, saying, the client decided not to use your voice. Now, this was for a non-broadcast. And I said, okay, so...
Right.
And she said, well, do you have like a back-out fee or a fee that, because we're not going to use you? And I said, you already did.
Right. You
This
had me
isn't
redo
going to
it so
air
many
on television and radio. You already used me. And I did 2 sessions and a phone meeting to get
Yeah.
this.
Oh, my gosh.
But I said, since you're a steady client, I will back it in half. And I spoke up. I said, this has been happening more and more lately. And I said, perhaps the agencies in the world, and I know they're, fighting for work just like we are. I fully understand, and you're afraid to cross the line. But one of the things in a contract I would have with a new client is that, if you use him and book him twice and he does 2 sessions and then you don't like it after hearing him for 4 days, you're still going to have to pay him or her.
Right.
The full amount.
Yeah, it's our
and
time.
if it's TV and radio, no use. That I'll back off on.
But this is the purpose of auditions. You're supposed to audition
Right.
this way they can hear the different voices, reading your script, at least a portion of it,
Right.
as opposed to you taking 2 session times plus a phone call for them to
Right.
then come to that decision.
Right. So I was
That's time you
sad.
could spend. I would imagine so. You said it happened a couple
sad.
times, though, right?
Yeah.
In the last month?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Client decided to go with a woman. Well, great, that's fine, but you still have to pay me.
Right.
I still did the work.
All you did, JJ, was talk. That's all you did. All right.
That's
Let's
all I
be
did.
honest.
That's all I did was talk. Yes, but oh my God.
I had that happen. I've had it happen a few times. Actually, one with a client that you sent me that was in Miami. And
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay. And the guy had me read the script back and forth 5 times with changes, you name it. And then I'm like, the end of the 5th read, I'm like, okay, we look like we're all set and everything. Yeah, no, I'm going to present you and I'm going to start presenting some other people as well. And I was like, what? What? I said, so this was an audition? And he says, well, he just said something, some wording of something. I don't know what it was. It was one of those vague wording things of, I just want to give them choices. I'm like, well, why did you have me do all this work? So at that point, didn't hear from the guy again. Obviously didn't get the job. But it was annoying because you do all that work and you're like, really? But I was given the impression that I had the job.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
What do you do in that situation? Obviously you don't want to burn a bridge.
Nope.
And I had, extra respect for him because he was a referral from you. So I wasn't going to do anything in regards to that. But still, it annoys you.
Yes, it does.
Because it's not fair.
It isn't fair because we've still done all the same amount of work.
Right.
And yeah. So that's my sadness today. But otherwise, I'm happy.
You look happy.
Thank you. Oh, wait, there's another vote. I just heard it go dang. Okay. And what else have I done? Several auditions. The auditions have been rolling in.
Yeah, there have been a lot of auditions
Auditioned
lately.
to do the Indy 500 the other day. Still waiting to hear back on that one. That would be fun.
Very cool.
And
And
we have our class tonight.
I wanted to talk about something briefly. Maybe not briefly. So someone that I was chatting with, because I'm actually going to redo my auto demo. But completely do it good. Not with the work that I've had. It's going to be literally the first time in 25 years I've ever paid anybody to help me with this demo, because this person happens to be like a specialist in this demo making for auto, and has worked in that world for a long time. And he says to me, "Oh, have you gone to any of the voiceover conferences?" And I said, "No." And he was aghast. He could not believe that I'd never gone to any voiceover conferences like Voice Atlanta, the ones that take place in all the different cities. I don't know. Have you and I ever talked about that?
No.
And he was in shock. He was like, I can't believe you've never gone to one of these things. And at the time, I'm thinking to myself, well, I'm working.
Yeah, that's what I was just going to say. What, we need to bring a studio and leave every 8 minutes while you guys are talking about it? No.
Look, if you're starting out in this business and you want to go and meet, people that can give you information about different genres, hey, I'm always open to things like that. But
sure,
if it's going to take 5 days out of your work week, that doesn't resonate for me.
No, I can't do it either.
Yeah, and I know that
it's
a very popular thing. And we've had students ask us about them and say, do you think it's worth? And I'm always like, well, you got to see who's speaking at it. And what the ratio is there a chance you could possibly personally talk to the person?
Right.
But the only thing I ever went to was ProMax out in LA, and that was because I was looking for a demo when I was 26 years old. An agent. I'm sorry, I was looking for an agent. So I made that investment because I knew I was going to be shaking hands with actual agents, and it paid off because then I wound up with a bunch of meetings. But I don't understand. This is it's not a new phenomenon. This thing's been going on for years, these different conferences.
I know. I'm seeing them all the time lately. And it seems like the ones that I see on Facebook and things like that are the absolute top echelon of voiceovers in L.A.
Yeah.
The top people are now giving classes. Like, I live in Nashville, and I'm not going to L.A., and I'm going to stay here in my closet. So what good is that going to do me?
Right.
I'll just get an agent out there, and it's the same thing.
Right. Right.
Yeah, and it's just like, they're all in the big pictures and in front of the red carpet and all that stuff. That's wonderful. I'd rather just stay here and work. I really, really would.
So it really does come down to at what spot in your career you're at. Because,
I believe that, yes.
If you're established, you have your clients. And I remember saying to someone years ago, I'm on call with several of my clients. So
yes.
I don't feel right about suddenly saying, well, I'm going to be out for, this number of days when I'm their voice.
Right.
You feel it's an honor to be a client's voice. The last thing you want to do is...
It is.
Unless, of course, it is something that I'm going to be learning something incredible or meeting someone new, something that does interest me. And also this interests me because it's only online because of COVID. You know about the SOVIS Awards, JJ? It's a Society
SOVIS. I think I saw that the other day.
Society of Voice Arts and Sciences. So it was started by Rudy Gaskins and Joan Baker. They've created this awards ceremony type of thing. So people get nominated. And that's
right.
all well
I know.
and good.
I saw one of our friends get nominated.
Yes. And they have their parties and all that, and that's fine. Well, apparently they put online their latest event, which is like a 3-day thing. And they've got some incredible people speaking. Something like that interests me because I don't have to leave. I can continue to work, and I can actually listen to, someone who I would normally never get to listen to, and get their opinion on things, or not opinion, I'm not going to be speaking to them, but about their background. So they've got some interesting people, but this is probably the first time I've ever had any kind of interest in it.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to be a snob because, like I said, if you're at that point in your career and you really want to just get all the education you can, and you have the money and you have the time to go to these conferences, go for it.
Yeah.
But
still know that doesn't increase your chances by a whole lot.
Right. That's the other thing.
It just doesn't. I'm sorry. They're seeing 500 people a month. Mm-hmm. And, there's a couple of guys out there doing demos for people. And they post them. And, here's a new girl doing this. And here's a new guy doing this new demo and this and that. And I'm sorry, but they all sound the same.
Yeah.
They're all about the same age, kind of reading it the same way. And I'm just beginning to think that they're not going to stand out. They're going to sound like everybody else.
It's becoming like that.
I know. But how do you choose then? Okay, this guy.
Yeah.
I would rather have a demo that either makes them laugh hysterically. One of the greatest demos I ever heard in the world was I think it was 2 minutes, and it was David Scott. You know David Scott?
Yeah.
Very talented man. Very talented man, a good friend. I haven't talked to him in a long time. But he put together this character demo that would just blow you away. And you can go to as many classes and as many things as you want, but you'll never hear a demo better than this. And he just sat at home and put it together one day. And it was fabulous, absolutely fabulous. But, it's just every time I hear one of those new demos from these different companies, I go, is that the same girl as the last one?
I know. It's coming down to now about the branding and marketing. That is pretty much everything that is differentiating people now. You have to have the chops to back it up.
Right. You know why? Because everybody and their mother is now doing voiceovers.
Yes, exactly.
There's no way to stand out unless you have, buku bucks to send them a life-size. I wanted to do this, send them a life-size cutout of me standing behind a microphone and put it in their lobby. I mean, that's the kind of thing I would do to stand out. I once sent an agency, I think I've said this before, I sent them 150 demos. There's only 20 people that work there.
Oh, my God.
And he was a friend, and he called me and said, all right, very funny. We all know you. Come pick up your damn demos. And so, but I've been working for him for 30 years.
Wow. It could have gone the other way.
Could have. But I already knew him, so I knew it would be all right. It wasn't a fresh guy.
You could have really pissed
But there are
him
lots
off.
of ways to do that. But starting out today is tough.
You have to have the mindset that I am a business person and I better be comfortable with trying to cultivate relationships with other businesses. And I have to get a good product together, which is my delivery, my voice, my performance. Because now, so many people are sounding similar. So what
Right.
makes you different? That's the question you have to ask yourself. And if you continue to get coaching, a good coach is going to help you figure out what
Right.
your
Your
sound
strong points.
is. Yeah, exactly.
But let's not forget that when they're, they're doing the conferences and everything else, that they don't go into any depth about things like what I just talked about.
Right.
What do you do when a client does that to you?
Right.
You've got to know things like that. You've got to know how to negotiate. I don't ever negotiate online, ever. They say, can I give you, what do you think you want to charge for this? I say, pick up the phone, let's talk. I'd rather hear their voice so I know where to go.
Yeah, that
If I
creates
can't
more of a
hear their
relationship
voice,
too.
yes, you get a better rate that way. 400. Oh, I was ready to give you 5. LOL. Shit. I'd rather talk to them.
Right.
Like we used to in the old days. Editing, etiquette, how to get through a session with many people on the phone. There's so much more than just a good demo. And what you said before is the be-all, end-all. By God, if you can't live up to that, you're sunk.
Yeah.
You are absolutely sunk, and that client will not call you again because they're going to go, oh, God, here's another one of those fantastic demos that they took a week to make.
And let's move on.
I don't have
to
time
someone
for
else.
this. I want 3 or 4 takes. Let's get done and
Right.
move on.
Right.
So there's some good out there. Yes, there are good people doing good things. We try to be, this is why we're talking about this now. I am trying to be real.
Yeah.
It's not just, I have a great demo and I'm a good marketer.
Right.
Well, how are you at editing? If you get a really good read, can you get 3 or 4 seconds off of 60 without making it sound any different?
Right.
You know how far to move the file to take out a breath
Right.
and make it sound natural.
Right.
You can't make mistakes. You can't send something off with the client's name wrong. And I realize that these people that are breaking in and getting these fantastic demos, but they just don't have the experience. Now, I don't know, with today's generation if they care, because they'll have somebody fix it. But you and I come from a different world
Yeah.
where we didn't have to do the editing or anything else. It had to be done in 60.
Right.
And if it was 62, they would go, fantastic read, but do it again.
I loved that too. It was
me
like
too.
a competition, you
Me
know?
too. And I got such a clock in me from those days because the second time be 59.9. They would always go, how in the hell did you do that?
Yeah, that's the best. That's the best.
And I still am able to do that today, which is helpful because I don't have to edit as much.
Right. Right.
But
right.
there's so much more that we got to experience about, what it really, really, really takes to be really, really, really good.
But I guess, years of experience help with that, obviously.
Oh, absolutely.
Making the mistakes.
Absolutely.
Being thrown into
Absolutely.
the fire and having to
Yeah.
do the editing quickly or
Yep.
getting your hand slapped because your audio didn't sound good or whatever,
Right.
So those
Right.
types of things have to come in time. But
It's a whole new world out there.
back to just real quick about the conferences. I mean, obviously I've never been to one of that size, but my understanding is that people are all sitting kind of like in a ballroom and like a speaker is at the front speaking to a large room of people. So if that's okay for you and that's how you want to learn, go, you know?
Right.
But that's the realization because there are so many people that go to these. Well, right. We're in COVID, so not one isn't going to happen for a while. But a lot of people go, like hundreds upon hundreds of people go
I know.
to these
I know.
conferences. So just something to keep in the back of your head.
Yep. I was going to say something about that.
I went to, years ago, I went in the
Conferences.
city because there was what I thought was like a meeting of casting directors and people like that. So I met up with a friend of mine who was also in voiceover. We show up and good Lord, it is just a room full of actors. And
Yeah.
I'm looking around going, all of these people are just looking for agents. They're not, there's no one influential here for me to meet. And the one person, I won't mention who this person's name is, but he's a big agent that he's not in New York anymore. he was the only one there of any there would be any promise for anyone to meet him. But now you have a huge room of people that are all vying to meet this one person. And sycophant is not my... Yeah, it's not for me. I already had an agent anyway, so I ran into people there that were like, "What are you doing here?" Looking at me like, well, "Why are you here?" And I'm like, "You're exactly. Why am I here?"
Why am I here?
And we made a quick exit, but yeah.
And the thing about the awards is, that's wonderful. If you get, demo of the year or whatever. I won the Voicey Award on Voices.com in 2012 as Voice of the Year, Demo of the Year. You know what it did for me? Zippo! Nothing.
But
I
you
have
didn't
a
get
glass
like an award ceremony.
plaque. I mean, it's wonderful. And
That's
I was
pretty
thinking
cool,
about,
though.
well, maybe I should send my demo in and see what I could do.
Yeah, yeah.
But I'm from the old school. And that's another quick story. I don't know if I've talked about this before in our podcast or not, but the marvelous and curmudgeonly and wonderful man, Jay Stevens.
No.
Janet Stevens Productions, and he hired me a lot with a lot of clients, and I was red hot in Miami. This was in the 80s, and I was just going from studio to studio to studio to studio with following Daryl and Connie, and making tons of money. And one day I asked him, I said, the Miami Herald called me and wanted to do an interview with me, and could I do it here? And he said, why? And he was that's the way he was. He no BS about this man. He said, "Why do you want to do that?" Yeah. And I said, "Because it's good exposure." He said, "How greedy are you? You're making a fortune. You're pretty much the top guy right now.
Yeah.
Don't brag about it, because that turns some people off."
Right.
And I didn't do it.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't do the interview. He said, "Shut up and do the voiceovers.
Yeah.
Go home.
I agree.
And enjoy your life, and don't brag, and don't. Well, I just did this, and I just did that, and I just did this, and I just. Great, you're being overused. I can't hire you. Sorry. That happens.
Well, now the version of it is on LinkedIn.
Right. Yeah. I mean. Yeah. Congratulate Sam Elliott for his 94th birthday. No, I don't want to. I don't wish people happy birthday, except maybe you and a couple of other people on Facebook, because that's not my goal to wake up in the morning and go, oh, my God, I've got to check the birthdays today. No.
My question, though, is, you have talent that will display their latest accomplishment, and they'll say, I just booked this, and then they'll show it on LinkedIn. And
Right.
I guess if your network is mostly client skewed, then
Right.
fantastic. But
Yeah.
if you have a lot of actors, I don't know. It depends on who consists of your network.
Right.
Is it influential people?
You're going to make some people happy, and you're going to piss some people off by doing
Right.
that. That's
Right.
what I always believed.
Yeah.
Somebody's going to, God, why does he need to do that?
Right.
We know who he is. But then on the other hand, there's the people who don't know us and go, I'll keep him in mind for something. So
Right.
it could go either way.
Right.
But yeah,
I'm not
don't
comfortable with the award show thing, and that's more because of a shyness level for me. As far as I'm concerned, I'd rather just do my work, work with clients, be happy with that. And I'm not begrudging anyone that does want to do the whole show thing.
not at all.
It's
Not at
just
all.
not for me, just not for me. And
And I'm sorry, with the clients that I have and you have, I've never taken 5 days off in my entire career. I've been the voice of Channel 7 for 18 years. And they send me 2-3 sessions a day.
Exactly. I took
What am I going to do? I'm taking a week off. Bye.
I took 1 week off when I went to Norway years ago, and to purposefully not work, I didn't bring a microphone. Not smart. Not smart.
No, I
'Cause
did that a month ago.
Right. But I was trying to make a point, like, okay, I'm going to not be able to work. And then one of my agents was really pissed off. But I had given them like a 6-month warning. I'm going to be gone. I'm going to be gone. Remind. They don't remember any of that. And so he's literally calling me in Norway saying, where are you? I have a booking for you. And I'm like, are you kidding me? So, yeah, don't leave. You can't. But it's a tough call.
Yeah. I went to Pennsylvania 5-6 weeks ago, and I said, I'm just going to be gone Friday. I drove 13 hours in the rain Thursday night through Friday. We got there at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and I went, oh, my God, it's time for a nap, Janine. We put our stuff down, laid on the bed. Ding dong. Okay, we got 4 car spots for you.
So now you will not leave
11-year
without,
client. Okay. All right.
Mike,
So then
no
I
more.
started. Oh, no. I'm bringing it with me everywhere I go. So. But anyway, yeah, I'm congratulations to the people who are doing well. I just,
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm more comfortable here, just doing the work. That's what I really want to concentrate on. Is this? It's wonderful to get awards. It's a very wonderful.
Why you have to
feeling.
ask yourself the question:
it's
why am
great.
I doing voiceovers? Is it to get accolades? Okay. Is it to, I don't know, meet tons of people and have friendships in the business, or is it just to perform?
Right.
I mean, for me, my basis is performance. I love to perform, and I like to do it though, not in front of people. I like to
Me
do
too.
it. Let go behind a microphone, make all the weird faces, and not have to be, even in our Zoom, our workouts, I'm not comfortable fully doing a voiceover there because there's people watching. And it's just, I prefer to really let go by myself.
Yeah.
It's just a, I don't know, solitary thing for me.
Yeah. Who, I can't think of his name because I do take medication. But his demo is up for Demo of the Year, and I listened to it. It's fantastic. I mean, he's always been a
This is one of the people that were
fantastic
nominated.
voice talent. I can't
This
think
year?
of his name.
Um,
Yes. Very recently. He's the
Dr. Kel?
non-VO,
yes.
He's the announcer. Dr. Kel, yes. I did listen to his demo. It's fantastic. And he did a read, I don't know, it must have been several years ago, for one of the states. And it was just
It was
one of
great.
the, it was just an awesome read. He's extremely talented. I loved the way his marketing went. It was
Yes.
genius. And he is the announcer. So he never sounds like an announcer, and he's a great man.
He was my
and,
male counterpart for HSM.
a wonderful talent.
Yeah, he would. Yeah, for those
was he really?
years until they.
I didn't know
fired
that.
us both, but he also
Gotcha.
went to the same private high school that I went to in Miami. Yeah, there's all these bizarre
Really?
connections. It was not the same
Wow.
period of time, but
Wow.
and my school was extremely. I
Nice
had
man, very
27
talented.
people in my graduating class, so for him to also go to that same school is like a rarity. But yeah.
Wow.
Oh, Miami Beach.
I went to Beach High.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Miami Beach Senior High School. The problem with that is that when I got to 41st Street and was going to turn right from Collins to go down and go the back way down Prairie Avenue to get to the school, I most of 11th grade, I made the left. And I ended up on the beach, and I never went to class.
That's a big temptation.
They really should have put a sign that says school this way. I never got it. I don't know. It was tough, but I was very good at
my
Frisbee.
school, my private school, it was Miami Country Day for anybody that's down in Miami.
Oh, I forgot to tell you, I did go to a private school because I wasn't doing so well in 7th grade. I was a dreamer. I'm goofy. I was constantly getting kicked out of class for making an ass of myself. But then my father said, okay, we're going to straighten you out now. You're going to the Rippewam Siskwa School.
Soda.
in Katona, New York. And I went, the who? The Rippawam Cisco School.
Oh, formal.
Jacket and tie and shirt every day.
That was it.
Lasted about 4 months. They caught me smoking in the bathroom and threw me
Well,
out.
Country Day wasn't that strict, but we did have to wear uniforms. And having a graduating
Yes.
having a
about
graduating
it,
class
Linda.
of 27
sorry.
people, you really got to know everybody really well, which was nice. But this school, great school,
Yeah,
by the way, I'm not talking at all, but one of my classes was the study of the Art Deco district down in South Beach. And so we would do these, like, what do you call them, school outings? And we would just go and walk around and look at the buildings and cushy class.
Okay. Cushy. Yeah. Sorry, Miss Yabloniki, my 5th grade art teacher, one day in class gave us a ball of clay. And 5 days, she said, make me something. I said, okay. No class said, fine. So on Friday, I gave her the best-looking ball you've ever seen. I mean, it was perfectly shaped, and it was just a fantastic ball. Monday morning, she called my mother crying. She said, I don't know what it is with him. He's got such, he's so creative and he's funny and he made a ball. And my mother, of course, is going,
Because you did nothing with this thing of clay. You made a ball.
well, I made it a better ball than what she gave us. Yeah.
There you go.
And now look at me now. I'm an artist and a woodworker. So I can't even make a ball out of wood. So, that's something funny. I made a couple of toys for the grandchildren. One of them is a rocket ship about 2.5
Cool.
feet tall with red and silver and all that stuff. And I brought that for one kid. For the other one, I just brought him a piece of 2x4. And I said, here you go. And he went, Grandpa. And I said, yours isn't ready yet. So anyway.
We really did.
Well, we've gotten way off topic here, and it's kind of fun.
I'm sitting here thinking
I think
about
we
what
should
I'm
start
gonna
a
write in the
regular talk
synopsis,
show.
because we covered several things. But hey, it's just an average.
Right. Everything from 2x4s to telling your client to
But this. Oh, by the way,
Send you the
someone
check
wrote
of
a
the
really
bill.
nice
Yeah,
review
okay.
on iTunes. But
Yes.
the person finished it talking about
About
you,
me?
saying, "JJ, stop smoking. We love you."
Oh, really? I don't smoke during these.
Please stop smoking. We love you. That's what it said. Yeah. So they love you. They love you.
Oh, that's nice. That's
Thank
nice.
you. Sure.
That's nice. Thank you.
Well,
it's fun.
This
They are
was
fun.
great. Nice to hang out.
They are
and it was
fun.
cool to see you. This is the
Well,
way we will move
it
forward,
was.
which is nice. Yeah. And eventually, once I have a
Yeah, I
decent
like
enough
this way
computer,
better.
we'll actually put ourselves on YouTube with the video, which will be fun. So, but anyway.
Right. That'll be awesome. Oh gosh.
So that does it for this episode of the Voiceover Gurus podcast. You can
pictures.
email.
Make it a brooch or a hat.
That's from a movie, isn't it? Yeah, a brooch, maybe a hat.
Yes,
You can
airplane.
email us at info@voiceover.guru. Any ideas? Any ideas you
You ever
have
been
for
in a
show
men's locker
content?
room?
Questions? Visit the
That'd be a
website.
good one.
Join
All lines from
us
airplane.
for a online voiceover workout. We have 3 in the month of November. And if you're still
Please.
wondering if this is what you want to do, we also have a book you can download and purchase that will take you through the basics of voiceover before you spend any more money. All right. So,
Right.
yes.
And then we're going to be having an award show on the second night of November, and the tallest person will
Anyone
get the award.
have a great rest of your week. Bye-bye.
Tell me what to do. Oh, hi. Sorry. Bye.